have to be. It'll be
How, Howdy from Texas. We're known as the Australia of the United States.
nice. How are you doing?
Everybody I know that every else Aussie I meet, particularly out here, I'm like, you're Texan, you just don't know it yet. So it's
Nice.
very similar. As of course, some of these guys are from out in the midst of it, and I'm like, yeah, you're that's a different group altogether. Western side.
Uh-huh. Nice.
So
Uh,
let's see here.
um, so you use you, you use Obvio a little bit?
I was in on this. I would not say my challenge. I would say the challenge of using it that you guys probably come across. I know you do because you've tried to address it. I
Mm,
work with educators, and when we get into tech, just getting them signed in, which is not a hard project. It's not your fault at all, right?
right.
Like, y'all
Yeah.
done a really good job. But like, but wait, what? I'm like, ugh. I can give you a synopsis. So I'm on the founders level,
Right.
um, and I'm starting to do webinars. And it's fairly low key in the fact that I can send out an email. It's a Zoom. They come and I do the stuff, and I can see anywhere from 50 to 100. But I'm starting to do a set of series and doing it on contract with some folks. So if I
Mm,
could set up a branded page for them, but I'll tell you my parameters I'm looking at for Avio.
mm-hmm.
Um, it'll be like 6 weeks, once every Thursday is kind of the idea.
Mm-hmm.
I will do replays, but I'd like to have a way to check to see, like, if I just post it even on a unlisted playlist, I can see how many views, but I don't know that it was them unless I made them. There's some accountability that I'd like to have built in.
Sure.
The gamification I think is good too, but
Mm-hmm.
so to make sure that it's assigned in person, and then that they were present, and if not present, that they watched the replay, and then from that get a certificate. So kind of know there's some
Mm-hmm.
pieces, but that's my scenario there. So
Mm. Um, yeah, so the Zoom attendance part is covered well as far as being able
yeah,
to track whether they were there or not, and then you can tag people based on how long they were there for.
yeah.
Have you seen all that with Zoom
I haven't
attendance in
seen it.
your?
I did
Okay.
it through Zoom on my account
Yeah.
as far as time there.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Um, I can give you a little
Yeah, that'd be
demo of
great.
how that looks. Um, that part's fine. There's not really a on-demand video watching tracking system in Obvio. So that's a little bit trickier.
Yeah,
Um,
but they're also I'm a recovering middle school principal, and so uh,
that,
these guys aren't much different in the fact that you can fluff a lot of
yeah,
them.
yes,
So that's the yeah.
yeah,
If you're gonna game it, you're
yeah.
gonna game it. Same thing in middle school. It's like that kid knows he's gonna do what he's gonna do. Yeah,
Well, exactly. And there are things that you could do to try to minimize that, but nothing's stopping someone just pressing it and then walking off,
sure.
right?
Yeah,
You
it
know,
ran. That doesn't mean you watched it.
yeah,
But there's also some
exactly.
ways that goes back to gamification is, word of the day, or, I've been
Sure.
trying this for so long, whatever it is. So,
Yeah. 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 That makes sense. Um, then they run it through AI and then they get the
yeah, that's new too.
right. And they
And
get the
if
word of
you,
the
you know
day.
what, if you run it through AI and you get the outline and you've gotten the
Yeah.
main points,
Right.
I'm happy.
I'm
Yeah,
fine with that. Yeah.
yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, all right. I will just show you what Zoom attendance looks like.
Put this up here. So
Um,
if you can't tell, you're on top of my camera. So I
oh
look
yeah,
like I'm
nice.
passing out all the time.
Uh, all right. I'm gonna uh, pull up a different event here. Oh, this one will work. I'll just show you. This is it's a little bit clunkier on this event because it's got 6 years of data in it. Um, the one that we're in right now. But I'll at least show you. So you come down to in Zoom areas and there's Zoom attendance. Um, and so when you click on that, then we get a little thing we can do here. If I just say,
Thought you were going to tell me I can tell you who's going to attend in December.
that's right, yeah, yeah, you can
Obvio's
go
amazing.
into the future. These are the people that are not going to show up. So
I can predict
yeah.
mine. Yes, my whole mailing list.
That's
These
right.
people are not showing up. No.
This is the pre-crime that they've done. So
Oh yeah. I think we're getting close.
yeah. All right. So what we see here, we're seeing multiple weeks at this point, but at any point you can sort of zoom in on a particular session like this, right? And so what I'm seeing here is very small numbers here, right? But in Zoom at the time, so at this point in time, there were six people, um, and so, but this is kind of the session that we've seen.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so what you're seeing is like if you look at it just like that, that was how many people were in Zoom over that time, over the session time. We add joined and left as well because it just shows a bit more of the true picture of when
Yeah.
people came and when they left, you know. And so yeah, so
That'd actually be very handy for me in
right.
overall, oh, as a product, if you, as it were.
Yes, yeah, it's really great to be able to see that. But the cool thing in here is that at this point we can just do a simple export if we want, right? So we can just
Yeah.
export and we can get a detailed view, which is give me a line for every time someone joined and left. So it would say that James came 5 times, and these are the times that he came and left. So it'd be listed 5 times. Or a summary, which is just list James one time, and it says that he joined 5 times, and for the total amount of time that he was there, right? So that's the difference between those. Once you choose one of those, yeah, then you confirm, and that'll create it, and then send you an email about it. With that, now that's the most basic use case here, but you would also see here add an Obvio tag or group. So at this point, you can say I want to create a tag called, attended. Um, and what I can do further to that is I can say, only apply this if they had um,
80%.
attended
Got it.
80% of the time, right? Or you can actually say it just in minutes if you want. So the total amount here was 3 hours because that's the total time of the window that I had selected.
Yeah.
But I can say as long as they attended for an hour, they're the people that I want to get
Yeah. That'd
tagged
be
with
awesome.
attended, right? And so then I can confirm that, or I can even schedule that to happen in the future. So you can actually create a window
Build
in the
it.
future and then say after that window has happened, now go and check if they've been there for an hour, then assign them with the tag. So So all of that is really handy because you can then filter when you're just looking at your attendees, you can filter by tag and then you can see easily. But of course, also you can, as you said, talk about certificates, right? And so now you can create a certificate, which is essentially just you upload a PDF which
Right.
might be your essentially a background, and then with
Yeah.
this, what you're
Put the name
doing
over top
is
of it.
you're just putting it, yeah, you're putting their name over the top or whatever else you want to do, right? So
That's perfect.
once you've done that, um, uh, if I look at this one, yeah, right. So like that was the idea that was the PDF. First name, last name will get inserted over the top, and then on your dashboard, You could get your certificate.
Oh,
So
that's the piece right there, brother. Right there. That's amazing.
yeah, yeah. So see how it's a button with a link to certificate. I've gone demo certificate, and then when they click on the button, what does it do? It says creating a certificate, and then um, uh, where else can I email you?
Yeah, this okay. I'm gonna say you get your own certificate, but yeah, it depends on my numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, stand also going to email you. Yeah. And so you've got that, all those options there. And then the key thing here would be to say that only show this button to
Ah,
tags that include in our attended, right? And so now that button only appears for those people that actually did attend, and now it's done. So that's how certificates can work. Now, also, you could do a broadcast, and you could broadcast just to the people that do have the tag attended and say, hey, thanks for attending. Please go to the dashboard and download your certificate, right? And so now you've sort of completed the loop.
and that
Um,
just throws it out to their emails.
correct. Yeah,
Okay.
it's yes. They
I was
still have to
excited to
go,
see that. I hadn't been coming along, right? And I'm like, wait, what? So
right. Um, so let me show you. If we look at like this is sending an email to access the dashboard, right?
right.
So this is an example of that, and that's just the login using the variables here, which is the hang on a second. Um, login URL at the top. And so you can insert that magic link, which takes them straight to the dashboard, and then
Yeah.
they see that. Um, they
And that
see
will
that.
help amazingly too, because it's like, no, don't look at the email 3 weeks ago. You just got one. Okay. Even
Yeah,
though it's going to
well,
be the same link, but
that's
yeah,
right. And that's the nice thing is that if they do happen to stumble on the old one, they're just going to get to the dashboard anyway, and it's not going to prevent them from seeing the certificate.
yeah,
Um, and so then further to that is where you could add a tag for this email to say, attended, whatever you chose as
yeah,
that tag, and now only those people, thank you for attending. Um, come get your certificate. And then, of course, you can do does not include attended. Hey, you've missed out. At this point, you've missed out on getting your certificate. If you do X, Y, Z, then you can come back and get it, right?
yeah,
So, um, and so then you could have another process of how you would assign that tag to people for that on-demand process that you were talking about. I I messed around at one point and sort of as a bit of a prototype was just testing the idea of videos that were playing on the dashboard and sort of tracking that. Um, and there's a couple of ways, like you can do any button that you have on the dashboard, you can have that add a tag back to a CRM, so it can actually
right,
say, okay, this person has clicked the link at least, so you can see that
right.
they've clicked the link to go to a video. Um, I was doing something more that was trying to say like every minute that they were watching, and sort of like tracking
Right.
that to say that at least the playhead had gone through the video, and so you knew a little bit more about how much they'd viewed. But it's sort of it moves into a learning management system, like
Yeah,
a
and I would
right?
love to use this and not well, and that's the
Yeah.
piece. Even the people I'm working with are not that uptight about, so having been a principal, training teachers way before any of this was available, right?
Yeah.
Um, but the mother of my kids was a teacher. I was a teacher. My brother's a teacher. My sons are teachers, and I know what they do. Like, watch this safety video. Clickety, 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 click.
Yeah.
And then they share a Google sheet with the answers to the quiz. So the quiz is not even the response that you need. Now,
Yeah.
here's another, and again, this I don't want to tax the system or not tax the system. So let's say we run our video on Thursday and replays are available Friday at this time and Tuesday at this time. And am I correct in saying you can put that on their dashboard only that time? Like in other words, it
Yeah.
pops up like you can set that time. Um,
Yeah.
I would have to
Available
come up
from
with some kind
until.
of, but so if we, the other piece that I could do is if I could run that, as long as I'm not having to stand there, I could do it or possibly farm it out. I wouldn't want to, but I probably could. We come up on Zoom and we hit the button and we run the video on
Exactly.
Zoom. So it's still that same management. And then I don't have other pieces.
100%.
Does that still
Yeah.
work within this with my program, with my level and all the things?
Yep. I
Because it's
was going
still
to
through
suggest
that group.
I was going to suggest that same thing, and that was like we're doing an encore presentation,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
of the training, um, and it'll be replayed back in Zoom, and so come along and watch that at this time. Um, there's something really interesting about on-demand content. You know, we often talk about more recently. There is so much content around that the chances of someone who has access to a recording, the chances of them actually going and watching it all is so slim, next to none.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
in this world, right? Because we've got Netflix sitting there, or we've got whatever else. Like, why am I going to watch that? Um, but there is something about a timed experience where it's almost like going back to TV, isn't it? You know, it's like
Yeah.
coming back to that time. I have to be there at this particular time to watch it, and I do like that idea of the of an encore. You know, that's like, okay, you can come back to this replay of the training session, um, and this is the only way. You get 1 second chance. You know, it's like
Yeah.
you can come then or you can come then, and then and that's how you're going to get your certificate. Um, so there are automated ways of doing that. It's more money, you know, like
Right.
there's a company called A just A event. And we've got an integration with them, which you can schedule it all and you give them the video and then that it'll launch the Obvio room and it'll play the video back. Um, it's kind of like the idea of just being able to do lots of repeat evergreen sort of webinars.
Right.
Um, in your case, I don't think it's a big issue to just, as you said, you open up Zoom, you point to the video, like you can literally do a screen share video and
Right.
press the video and start it, and then away it goes, you know. Um,
Yeah.
so I think that's a good way to do it. And then you're right, you have the same process, and you can still say whether it matters or not for you, but you can say whether they attended live the first session or they attended the encore session,
Yeah.
and you could tag them separately, and so you could see. Um, and but yeah, with what you were saying first about having the video available, um, there's just in when you do a blog post, so for
Right.
example, these ones, um, there is the rules here: show from, show until. And so if you were only saying, oh, the video is available to watch between these times, it would only show on the dashboard between those times. So that's something you can do, but yeah, I think the in Zoom option is a good one.
Well, and I've got, like I said, I just trying to find something that's not too. But I can I'm using Ecamm, so I can put the video right through.
Right. Yeah. 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 Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Um,
great. Yeah.
but let me no, he's like he's gone. The other piece, and I would love if anybody has any input that I just thought when you were talking about it, is do the replay because I thought, well, I want to be able to answer questions. But if I do a
Mm.
Q, and part of the problem is other people don't want to ask questions in front of their colleagues because these may be the same organization or the same school, da da da.
Okay.
But if I gave them a question and answer form that was in the the live Zoom and in the recording,
Mm.
then I could say, ask your question, and it's not a way of checking attendance, but it's like if you have any questions, I need to know by, Tuesday. Here's a link. Go here, fill out the form, and then pop out.
Mhm.
If nobody has any questions, they don't get a video. They don't need it. But if they ask questions, I can address the same question from several sessions. Like if somebody had said the live and then those two, and then it's a 20-minute video that you post and nobody's. So I kind of, and it gives me, because this is like I said, 6 weeks plus, one every
Uh-huh.
week. So we're trying to build that
Yeah.
community. And that's the other piece of using Avio for that as well. So I think all
Yeah.
this helps me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So the form of, I don't know if you've seen the question functionality that we have. Um, Let me just see. Justin, is that your mic that I can hear you tapping away on your, yeah. Wow.
Might be.
That's really noisy. Yeah, I
I'm
can hear
shocked
you.
it's pick. Yeah, I'm shocked it's picking it up that well.
You might have you got original sound on or something?
I do, but I also have noise canceling on for the mic. So who knows
Yeah.
why it's not picking it up?
I can, yeah, I can hear
I,
noise and your
yeah,
keyboard tapping.
just for you.
Yeah. Oh, I know it's the table. I think I can hear more. In fact, what's probably not helping is I just changed my subwoofer settings on this, and so
It's
I
bum
think
bum
that's
bum
more.
bum.
Yeah, I think that's more what might be going on here.
It's
But
not just you, Grant. My ears are going, what's going on? What's going on? So thanks.
there we go. That's good. Um, yeah, that's better. Um, all right, let me show you the questions. So in in forms, um, you can you can create a form that just, and this is what we have on this event that you're in right now.
Right,
We added one question, and that one question was, "What is your question?" Right? So the
right.
form is just a question, and that's all it is. And it's just I think it's a long, yeah, long answer text. And so what that what that looks like on the dashboard, we have it set as a button, ask a question, and so that just pops up a little window with the box on it, right? And
Got it.
so what's nice about that, um, I'll just show you too that you can also have that as a, if I show you in a
Like
blog
below
post.
the post
Exactly. Yeah. So see
or
that?
within the post, I guess, or yeah.
Yeah. It's in line in there. So you can just have, hey, what's your question? Submit my question. Right. Um, I'll just leave that there.
And I didn't even think about the poll. I mean, if you want to be tricky with it, what's the answer to like
Yeah.
one time I was trying to do this and I realized people were fast forwarding through the video I was sending as a staff training, just a quick video,
Uh-huh.
and they were looking for the secret word. And
Right.
so I mimicked that I was speaking on the video and then dropped in audio over the top of it. The secret word for the day is blah, blah, blah. And they were looking for it and they couldn't find it. Of course, teachers were still, narking, I mean, helping each other out. But it's like, and it's like,
It's so good.
I don't care that much, but I like the idea of, even with the poll, it's like, you know, which one of these was most important concept? And
Yeah.
like when you're running surveys, you put a dummy
Yeah.
question. And
Sure.
like we used to ask middle school kids, which drug is the one you've had most access to? and you put in a drug that doesn't even exist, and then this kid's like somehow trying to be cool on a like
Right.
this is invalid because there's no such thing as. Of course, now they all have the same. We probably gave a name to a drug by doing those surveys. I'm not sure. So,
My kid, my kids had an April Fool's well, not survey, test that they had to do at school, and it was a 50 question test, and the last question. So the first thing it says is read all the questions
read all the
before
way
answering
through
any of them, right?
it.
The last question is only answer this question, which is the 50th question, only answer this question.
Right.
Um, and of
But
course,
stand up and call out your name out loud.
they don't.
Stand up and rub your belly and pat your head. And just
Right.
randomly, kids are standing up because they didn't read the whole thing. Yeah, it's amazing. Middle school kids give you a lot of content, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that's right. So the nice thing too is you may not have seen in the forms is the moderation tool here, right? So once you've got the form set up, if you go to moderation, then this is live and Kat has put that question in, you can see here. And so you'll see them as like these little cards that you can move around. This is really good if you do
Oh
happen
yeah.
if you do happen to have someone who can help you in the background as well, like if you're doing it live,
Right.
because what you can do is say, I'm going to put that and say approve these, and you can sort of sort them a little bit, and then you can say, yeah, this is the one I want. You can also, there's a couple of things you'll like here. So one is like, give me a stage view that just means I can pull this up on an iPad or just put it on a screen in front of me. And so this just shows a view of all the questions, right? And
Oh,
so
fantastic.
only the ones that have been approved, someone's put in there, okay, now I can read the question and go ahead. But the thing that you'll like as well is that there is in you can do a lower third and bring this into Ecamm um, if you wanted to. So you can have this and um,
Yes.
you can change the design of all of that and overlay it over the top
Yeah,
of
I
your
do that, and it blows their minds. And
yeah,
it's
nice.
such a great little piece. It's like
Yeah,
so and so says this, and it's got their icon and their avatar, and
right.
yeah, it's fantastic. And I like the fact that I can moderate it. So when you moderate it, is there a way to, like you said, I won't throw it on there until I can see it. The ADD helps in the fact that I can kind of see and talk at the same time. Um,
Yeah.
but how do you throw that into Ecamm from the moderation form?
So when you pull that, so each of these columns you can do it actually. And so if you didn't have someone moderating for you, you can actually still do this view on the incoming, and so you
Right.
could just have it work. Um, so once you've got this screen, there is up here you've got options for styling, so you can
Oh,
you can
gotcha.
move that all around. At that point, you can take this view now, whether you have it open on another window or and then have Ecamm screen scrape that, like bring it in as a screen capture. Um, or or I don't know if you can put the URL directly into Ecamm. I think you might be able to do that. What you can do then is either, depending on how you're doing it, you can remove the black, do a Luma key and just have the black go,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
and that will remove that. And so then the trick always is just if you have things that are slightly grey, if you want it to look like it's black, you can just have it slightly grey, and it will remove all the black, but it won't remove the grey because it's a
Yeah.
slightly different
Yeah.
shade, right?
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, so that's how you can bring those in, and then you'd probably still want at least one screen, either this or the stage view, because the stage view will show all of them and will give you the buttons to delete. So see that, or basically
I
to
gotcha.
to, to answer delete. And that way, then as you delete it, if you're doing it yourself, as it deletes, the next one will jump up,
Come
and
up.
that will go in the on the lower third.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, that's fantastic.
So that's cool. But I like what you're saying about like taking questions, and even in that potentially in that encore presentation, you let the video run for however long that is, and then you come in live and just take some questions with people,
Right.
like
Yeah.
um it is an interesting thing around um being flexible for people. I wonder about this with online events in general. Is like, you know, this is the times, and sometimes I hear people saying, well, my particular group of people they can't stay around for the whole day. I can't possibly get them to stay around the whole day. And part of me thinks I understand that, and that, my parents with young families, whatever, they just can't make that work. And the other part of me is like, if it's really important for them,
Right.
then they will clear that time, and if it's more valuable than anything else that they're doing in their life, then they will clear that time. Um,
Yeah. The
so,
virtual trainings
yeah.
that I did, when it was only virtual and even now, is it's 2 or 3 hour chunks. And I've done it 3 days in a row, or I've done it every Thursday for a month, whatever they kind of prefer. But it's like, but I need you there for that chunk to
Right.
get to, the next stuff. And like I said, even with an encore, I know I'm not the only one that signs up for stuff because it has a replay and never get to the replay.
Hmm.
And I hate
That's
being
right.
that guy on the other side of like, oh yeah, I had 100 people sign up. Oh, well, great. You did not have 100 people attend, and you didn't have 100 people watch that video. So
Right. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
challenge there too.
Yeah,
That helps me
yeah.
out a lot. Thanks. That'll
Good.
get me started, and then I'll probably be back for
Yeah.
other stuff.
Awesome. That's good to see you again. Thank you.
Good to be
But,
here.
but Grant, before we move on, I want to
Yes.
swing back to the Zoom attendance and the tagging thing, and just let James know if you are hooked up to a CRM, the tags
Mm.
every time an attendee gets updated from the CRM, it will wipe out the Avio tag. So if instead of doing a tag, it'd be better to do a group or to use the feature that adds the tag into the CRM. So there's
So
not an Avio
if I'm
tag.
using your broadcast, but is your on the broadcast, they're all registered for that event. They stay inside of Obvio for that.
Yes.
Does
So
it kill? Like,
when I say CRM integration,
right.
it's how attendees are getting in. So if you're using like a Go High Level and have Avio connected to that, so you tag someone in, they Go High Level and they automatically get added as an attendee inside of Avio.
Right. Okay. Okay.
If you were to go to Zoom attendance and say just add an Avio tag to them, and then Go High Level has some update that gets pushed to Avio, then it will remove out all of the Avio tags and replace it with the Go High Level tag.
But the group
Mm.
doesn't.
The group doesn't. The other option is in that same spot where Grant went through adding an Avio tag. If you have a service hooked up, it says something like add external tag, and that'll add it to Go High Level.
So I could add, I'm on Active Campaign.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Or Active Campaign. So yep. So same thing. Add the external tag, which will then trigger the attendee to get updated as well, and then you can make just use tags that way.
Yeah, the beauty of what I'm trying to do is it's usually through I mean, I have people pay me to do it like individually, but I'm typically institutional. And so they're paying me one fee and they send me all the people. And that way I'm not kind of crowded. If they're not a paying customer, I don't need them in Active Campaign. So I love the fact that broadcast works here. And then all the,
Mm.
if you will, the pretty stuff is on the page. And I'm not having to build out here's a text email, go here. And yeah, so I really like that. I appreciate that.
And one thing to be aware of, since you mentioned both Active Campaign and non, don't mix try not to mix sources of how people are getting into Avio for that one particular event.
There you go.
Because what'll end up happening is say they didn't pay for a given event, but they've paid for a different one, so they're in Active Campaign. Well, what'll end up happening is you'll manually import them because you wanted them in. Well, then Active Campaign will say, go, oh, that person's not tagged. And so then you'll fight it'll remove it, and you're going to be adding them back in manually.
Oh, I think I did that. I think that's
Yep.
when again, I was at the start of this, and I think that was an issue then, sure.
Yep, and it still is now if you're mixing and matching how people are getting in. So just put them all in Active Campaign and tag them that way so that they get in. And then you don't have to worry about that.
Right. No, yeah.
Then you'll be set.
Simpler, better. I'm all about the simpler. I don't need those steps.
Exactly. Grant, back to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Justin. Um, yes, Kat, I had just quickly, when you put your questions in, I had to quickly go and edit them and take out all your cussing that you had in there so that I could safely share it on the screen. So luckily I did that.
Is Kat a teacher? Kat, did you say you were a teacher?
I am a retired teacher administrator. Yes, sir, I am.
That's why the cussing was there. I'm just going to tell you. It's understandable. It's built in Tourette's. So
You learn you learn all those new words from the kids all those years.
yes, sassin frassin, I think is what I would say. But yeah.
And I know how to do it in several languages.
There you go. Yeah, that's we call
And
that
sign
bus
language
Spanish.
too. Did you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Can sign language. Nice. Good. All right. Hello, Kat.
Hi,
Uh,
Grant. You
so,
have such a calm voice. Thank you for being such a calm guy.
no worries. That's what happens when it's 6:30 in the morning.
Okay.
I've got no other option but to give you calm ground. So
Well,
you want
since
to?
Justin was helping with the how-tos on the forms, is there a how-to on the tagging? Because as many times as I've heard it, unless I can see it and go step by step by step, it goes in one ear and out the other one.
Yeah, probably not in the detail that Justin just mentioned. So that could be worth us looking at um, detailing that a bit more. Especially with the different integrations. And this is kind of a note for Carl and John as we think about the support documents. Um, is it'll be good for us to detail the differences between the integrations as well, because there are the way that tags are
Nuances.
handled. Yeah, the way that tags are handled with each of them is a little bit different, and even the terminology. But yeah, the idea that Obvio if you manually entered one into Obvio and then have an integration, it will remove them because when we do a CRM integration, we really say that the CRM is the single source of truth, and so we don't want to have multiple tags in multiple places. We want them to be the same. And so
Mhm.
if you want to delete a tag, you want it to be removed from Obvio. And so that's why it's overwriting them. It's saying there's 5 tags from the CRM, so there's now 5 tags in Obvio. No matter what they were, it's now the same. And so that's the reason that we want to do that, because you'd be in a world of hurt when you start doing manually tags in Obvio and
Mhm.
some in the CRM, and them not keeping in sync would be a problem. So, but yeah, I think we could detail that a bit more. You will notice we haven't mentioned it a lot over the last few years because weren't updating it, but John and Carl are actually doing a lot of work on the help.obv.io. Is the knowledge base is where a bunch of documents are, help articles are for Ovio, and so it's actually much more useful than it used to be. So it's worth checking that out. Um, so yeah, that's tags.
Okay,
But you,
so you're advising me to go to help dot
yep,
what?
you can see Justin just posted it in the chat. You
Oh,
can see
gotcha. Okay, let me save that.
help.obv.io. In fact, we should have a link to that.
I'm pretty sure it's on the dashboard for this call. It is.
Yes,
It's
it
called
is.
a button called
It
Avio
is.
Knowledge Base.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but
Thank you.
we probably should have a link to that in the app. What a crazy idea that we would have a link to help documentation. Um, I mean, I guess that would be some tooltip stuff. I think we could look back at that again, but I know you've got some ideas around that, Justin, too, about just having the right text in the throughout the app rather than having to hunt around for it. But
I do think at a
anyway,
minimum we could put a link in the menu.
yeah, yeah, that wouldn't hurt. Okay, Kat. So you want to use Ovio for a bit more, for some one-on-one meetings and things like that.
Yeah, because back in October, beginning of October, uh, Tamara Pika had a meeting with me and Melissa, and she
Mm,
showed us how she uses Avio for
mm,
her whole business and how she organizes producers and writers and tech and
yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
and how she organizes them to meet with each other. And I was just like gobsmacked with my jaw down on the floor the whole time, everything she was going through and how
Yeah.
she did it and how she added tags for the different groups so that they would know where to go and how to go and
Hmm.
everything. I was like, oh my God. Because I'm at the point now that I have to start my courses and all this other stuff. And of
Mm,
course, the opportunity is there with Go High Level. And then I have school hobby thing, which is, I don't need much more than that. But as I was
mm,
going through the school stuff, I was going like, I can make this better in Obvio. And then I was going over more stuff. I was like, if I can only get my right fit clients to go to Facebook and Obvio and not have
mm.
to also do school or also do, you know what I mean? And
Sure,
that was something I was looking into. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you about. My questions having to do with that because of
sure.
what I saw her doing almost her whole business. I mean, no, she said her whole business was on Avio. So that's what I was looking into.
Yeah. Um, yeah, good. So I think uh, I want to talk through the possibilities of what you can do with Ovio. Um,
Okay.
but first, I guess I would just give the disclaimer that um, it's a little bit outside of its intended use case. It doesn't mean you can't do it, doesn't mean you're not allowed to do it. It just means that that's not what we've designed it to do. And so when we think about like you not using school, for example, there are a bunch of features in school that we don't have, right? Like because
Mhm.
it is more of a the little that I know about school is it is more of a learning management system and community system than Obvio is, right? And so as far as people being able to interact yeah, and sort of comment on things and chat through things as well as work through a process or a course, that type of thing is more where school is designed. But if for Obvio, if we think about what Obvio's use case is or what it's designed for, we think about it a lot in terms of like that 3 day event, which is, I know you use it for as well, right? Which is a 3 day event, which is almost like a temporary um, a temporary membership hub. Like it's like for these 3 days, we want these people to be able to access this and to mostly to be able to get into Zoom and to access some resources. So now, as has done, and oh, he's just gone out of my mind. What's his name? Um, uh, it's going to annoy me if I don't get it. You said it before, I think. As ah, what's his name? Who's using it? Justin. Who's the school does all the schools training stuff and uses Obvio all the time? Jeff. I'm glad I got it in there. All right. Sorry about that. That would have annoyed me. As Jeff has used it as well.
Mhm.
In being able to do one-on-one meetings and things like that. So we think about the intended use case and then we go, oh yeah, but there's no reason why we can't use Obvio for the dashboard to be able. So you've got your high ticket offer people. So you've got a bunch of people that are now have access to this dashboard, and that links off to other things, and it might have a link off to Facebook, and it has a link off, to some PDFs that are theirs and whatever. And here's some videos that they can watch, and here's the button to the Zoom meeting that we have every week or every month or whatever you do, right? Like here's our thing. And so there's that. And so based on the tagging of what you've done for those people as to whether they can see, if there was two different groups and there was the gold level, people, and so now they get special access because they've got some buttons and some resources that gets them something different. And that's sort of where Tamara has done some amazing stuff as far as really customizing the experience based on who they are. And so that's a use case that can be done when you have people going through the dashboard. And so the other thing, and this is something that Jeff does quite a bit, is his one-on-one meetings. Has different buttons for people on the dashboard based on who they are, and has this experience, even though it is a typical sort of business meeting. He has it go through Obvio because he wants to capture certain information before they come in, and so that can all be done in an event style. But now you're doing it every week or maybe even every day as you're using the dashboard for it. And so there's that use
Because you
case.
could use the form, I'm sorry, but you could use the
Go ahead.
form or the survey bit to tag them also. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so there's forms, and then there's also the waiver step. So the very first time that they came in, you could capture
Yeah.
extra information, and so that could be a form that's attached to the waiver. So that would only be done once, but you could also have a form, yeah, that was just on the dashboard that you were collecting extra information. You could do that there. Um, and then sort of the other use case is where, and I think, Kat, you might have been asking about direct access links as well to Zoom. Um, and so I just wanted, just for completeness sake.
Because the other thing is, I don't like meeting on school. I've been to a few meetings on school,
Mm,
and I just, compared to our dashboard and our Zoom, to me, it's just
hmm
much higher quality.
hmm Yep. Yeah, fair enough. And when you are meeting, it's same as what happens in Leap, right? There's the dashboard, there's the Leap dashboard, and all of the different things that happen, throughout the month. Um, you can see all those the buttons are there, and it's all the same. You just go back to that dashboard and you link off, and there you're in. So there's it's totally a way of being able to deliver your high ticket offer and do it through Obvio. As I said, it's not the intended use case, but there's no reason why you can't. And so I just wanted to explain one thing that was about direct access, and it's the two separate things. So the first one I wanted to just show is when you want to give anybody, this is a little bit outside of what you're asking about, Kat, but just so we understand the difference, is that if you want to give access to the dashboard to anyone, and you want to give a link that anyone can access the dashboard, then that's where we use the sign up. And so this is for anyone that you give the link to, and
That was one of my questions that I did ask this week. That so you know
yeah,
what I asked Carl, right? And that's
correct,
exactly
yeah.
why, because I was developing another landing page, and I was like,
hmm
this landing page is nice, but if I had it on the dashboard, I could put so much more on here eventually that
hmm
I don't have to send a whole bunch of emails and stuff. It's right there.
hmm
I don't have to worry about them opening or not. If they log in, they're going to see it. So
Yeah.
I just thought it was more efficient. I don't know, and cleaner and prettier than anything I
Sure.
could build.
Yeah, I guess the the thing that just there's a little part that's missing in that for a landing page or like a sign up page is that the intended use case for this is that people are signing up to an event and then they would get transaction emails based on that event. When we use it for something where we want to sign them up to a list, we're not officially opting them into anything here, particularly opting them into a newsletter, for example, or an ongoing email list, which is which is the advantage of using a CRM for that use case, where perhaps you've got a lead magnet or something that you're saying, we want, I'm going to give you this PDF, just give me your name and email. Through a CRM, you're also are asking them to sign up to the list. And so it's just a bit of a fine line, right? You could
And
use
I
this.
understand that.
Yeah.
However, if you have it in the CRM, for them to click on in the CRM to go to the dashboard and you're already collecting them already there. It's is so I was trying to figure out instead of sending them to a landing page in Go High Level, I was
Mm,
trying to send them to a landing page in my dashboard.
in Ovio.
Do you
Yep.
understand what I'm trying to say?
I do. Yeah. And for them to get into it, they have to do this. They have to put their first name, last name, and email. And the question
Okay,
is
but I'm
now,
going to ask you, what if I had that part in Go High Level? But when they go to it, then they come back to the dashboard after they do that bit. Or am I screwing up my thought process?
not necessarily. You're saying that where they get what they're getting access to is on Obvio, um, and not in high level is essentially what you're saying. So is it
Right.
like
Right now, I have it going to Go High Level because I had
right?
to do it because I'm doing some more speaker things.
Yep.
But I want them to see a difference when they come to my landing page. I just think the dashboard can be so fancy wancy stuff. And
Hmm.
instead of going to go to another landing page on Go High Level, I could have
Mm.
them. I just want to know the feasibility because I just think what y'all have built in Obvio is top notch. And Tamara showed me what it could be. And
Mm.
I agree with Miriam. I don't like school. I've done I don't like school. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I don't like and did I say I didn't like it? I don't like it. I
Fair enough.
like our dashboard.
Yep. Okay. Let me tell you how to do that and not whether to do it at the moment,
Okay.
right? So as in, there's two ways of doing what you're talking about, which is where they're going to go high level sign up page, and then you want them to go to the dashboard. There's two ways to do
Yes.
that. One is that um, the the easiest for you is where they sign up and then you have a workflow in Go High Level that tags them to the event, and then um, what that then does is High Level sends to Ovio, adds them to Ovio, sends back the magic link, the URL, and now you email that to them, and now that's how they get access to the dashboard.
Question.
Yep.
I don't even have an event for them. I just want to go straight from signing up. And the
Yep.
next thing they click on, instead of they might receive an email. They might do
Hmm.
that. But I want the next click that they go on to open up instead of to an email to open up and go high level. Is that just
In
Kathy,
Obvio.
shut up. Don't do this. Just shut up.
No, no,
I'll
no.
shut up if I need to shut up.
No, no, you're right. Like as in you can do it. When I said the term event, what I mean is just the technical term for in Ovio, it would be an event, right?
Okay.
Right, which is a dashboard, right? So
Okay.
whether it has Zoom, whether you intend to have Zoom in that or not, it still is
no.
an Obvio event, and it might be an event that goes for a year. Like it's just an event that is there that creates that dashboard. The way that they access that dashboard, though, the workflow of that, the
Would show
easiest
an event. Gotcha.
easiest for you is that they then get an email that gives them access to the dashboard, and away it goes. We we do have, I won't go huge into detail on this, but we have a thing called a widget, which is designed for this idea to remove that email, the need for the email. And what it is on the thank you page, you can have some embedded script that will allow people to go straight to the dashboard using their magic link. That's the idea of that for a thank you page. We could go more into that another time, but the idea, just so you're aware of that. And so,
Okay.
but what you're saying totally makes sense. That you want have them sign up in the CRM and then have them go to the dashboard to actually access everything that that you're offering, and whether that's a free thing, and then you might have a totally another dashboard which is for your high ticket offer. Now, it
Mm.
could actually be that it's the same thing, like it's the same dashboard, Obvio dashboard. If it's free, they see a couple of buttons. If it's the high ticket offer, they see 15 buttons, right? You know what I mean? It's like, and they don't see those free things anymore. They see the paid things. And so that's entirely up to you as to whether you would want to manage multiple events or you just want, one Obvio dashboard to rule them all, where it was like, depending on how people come into this dashboard is what they will see and what tags they have, as to what they will see.
Or they could have the freebie PDF that I've told the speaker, yeah, I'm going to have a PDF. Here it is. But I
Hmm.
could open up the things to show them the things that cost money, and oh, you're going to get a freebie, but right here, you can already click to this and click to this and click this, buy this or buy this or buy this, buy this,
Sure.
and then it's one box or two kind of thing is what I was thinking about.
Love it. Yeah, you could totally do that, and yeah, you could almost have buttons that you create that are kind of disabled. It's like, and so this is
Mhm.
the VIP option. When you click on it, it goes to a upsell. Like back
Okay,
in
cool.
go high level, right?
So it is a
So
possibility. So
it
I don't have
totally
to use
is.
school. Because if I don't have to spend more time in school, I don't want to spend more time in school. SCHOOL and SKOOL. Okay,
Yes, that's
cool.
right. Yeah,
So
either
let's
one
So
will
talk
when I
do.
about
start
this.
building that, when I
Let's
start
talk about
building
this,
that,
Kat. You
okay,
haven't
the
yet
second.
defined what you're using school for, so we can't really answer.
I was
Should
going
you
to say
get
that's
rid of it until we know what you're using it for?
At this moment, I was going to use it for community and eventually upsell stuff where, turn things on if people subscribe to this, that, and the other kind of thing. But that's like another 6 months down the road. I'm concerned about this summer. I'm concerned about getting to September right now is my next 90 days. In my next 90 days, I didn't want to put school in my need to learn kind of thing. I wanted to only get through my next 90 days, my 12-week program of my cohort, my founders. That's what I'm thinking about right now. And everything Claude was telling me was to use school because you can do live. And I'm like, I can do that in Obvio. And it just kept on telling me, you got to use school. And it's like, why? And so I wanted to come here and ask. That's what that is.
Yeah. So I agree with you. You don't need school. To define what school could be for you and why people use it is it's a one-stop shop for people to have community calendaring system so that your members know what events are coming up, how to get into them, and to have a course platform in there so that you could put one or more courses and organize them into folders and have tiers of people that can access different courses. That's
So
everything
over
that
the
school
next
gives
90
you.
days, I can slowly start doing that to introduce it. So all of us grow together to try to learn in school together so that in 6 months when I need it, we'll already sort of have our fingers in it. I got you, Justin. I
Yeah,
understand.
and I don't know
But for
that,
right
and I don't
now,
know
I
that you
don't
need
need
it.
it, right?
And I don't know even long
Oh,
term that you
really?
need it. You can use Facebook groups for the community. You have Go
Yeah.
High Level that has a course platform in it. So all the courses, you could put all your replays, create a replay course and put all your replays for your various calls in there. And that takes care of the learning management system. There's
And the pretty
multiple
part,
calendaring
Justin,
systems.
of all that, the pretty part of that, I could put that on a Obvio dashboard, right?
I wouldn't necessarily do the replays because over time, it's going to just
No,
make
my
your dashboard
replays,
slower and slower.
no, my replays are all going to be in YouTube. I already decided that one.
Yeah. And at some point, you may want that not in YouTube because if
Really?
somebody,
Why?
because if say Miriam's part of your program and Miriam's like, you got to check out this video, I can watch any one of those videos that she's paying for because even though they're unlisted, I just need the URL. So somebody can give those out. They can watch all your training. Where if it's in
Oh,
an actual course platform like Go High Level, I can't access your course platform other than the login page, and I don't have a login, so I
okay.
can't watch your paid content. YouTube's great for all your free content.
Please help me visualize if I have these courses and Go High Level, what does someone see when they go to that? Is it a landing page that I need to create with all the little buttons that they go into the courses? Is that how I do it?
Thankfully, you don't have to create the landing page per se. There, if you look in your menu for Go High Level, there's a menu item called Membership, and
Uh-huh.
within
Yeah, so
there, you set up products and courses. I will tell you, there's not a whole lot of design options in the courses. They're not super, super pretty. You get things like put your logo, put a few colors, put some text, about all you get on there. But
so it's keep it
underneath it,
simple, stupid, right?
they don't give you many. They don't give you any other options, but you
And
keep it
that's
simple.
okay with me. I don't
Yep.
care.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then once
cool.
you have those designed, there's a spot when you look at a contact record. And like I was in your Go High Level system, if you looked up my name under contacts, somewhere in there, and I don't know the exact terminology, there's like a course or a product offering that you can add me to. And so once you add that to me, then I can go to your course landing page, which is a login page they give you. You don't have to create that. And then
Okay.
I just log in with my account.
Okay.
So there's all
So I
kinds of
can
Go
get
High Level
away.
training. You can, yeah, if you go to look up for Go High Level, the membership, they have Go High Level has tons and tons of documentations and walkthroughs.
Okay.
Is around setting that piece up because I know you're a visual learner. So even though I'm going through it,
Yeah.
like I know you're going to need to go and do some Google searches for
In
Go
one
High
ear,
Level
not the other
membership.
one, yeah.
Exactly. But just know it's under membership, and that's the key thing to search for is how do you
I can
set
do
up your
that.
membership platform and Go High Level.
Okay, so it is a possibility. I don't necessarily need to do school, but if I do things, it'll be slowly but surely. But Go High Level's okay, and the dashboard's okay for now.
Yeah, Go High Level is great in there. You can have multiple courses, like all the paid course stuff can be in there. You can have multiple product offerings. So depending on which level I've paid you, I get different access to different courses in there. Or you can upload documents. You can give links to documents. So
Okay.
it is fantastic
Sounds
for the
good.
learning management side for you. And then you can do Facebook for now for your group. And
Yeah.
I like this. I will tell you, there is communities inside of Go High Level. I have in every community that I'm part of that's in Go High Level, not one of them has pushed me to some application that I can get mobile notifications. So I constantly forget to go to those Go High Level groups where something like a school, Facebook, Circle, like all these community platforms that have a mobile app,
Notifications.
I get notifications so that I can actually remember, oh yeah, I want to go there, and I turn them on for paid programs. I don't want them for all the freebie stuff that has thousands of people in it, but for paid programs, I sure as heck want to know when If I was in your program, I want to know when you post something or another member posts something.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's why I don't
My
use the go
last
high level.
question that
Yeah,
I
go
need
for
to
it.
know immediately is I'm being called to do some speaker stuff. They want the link to my PDF so I can get the emails, right? Is using that redirectional ability that I have in Go High Level, if I redirect them to a dashboard, do you think that's a good idea, or just leave it as a landing page and Go High Level?
100%, I would leave it as a landing page for those opt-ins. The way I took it is I'm going to some page, I'm giving you my name, my email, in order to get some kind of a freebie. I would 100% do that inside of Go High Level. That way they get into Go High Level. You can create a thank you page in there. You can create all the workflows for sending me a confirmation email.
I just wanted to do the thing that I was talking to Grant about, that they go get the PDF, but then they see all these other things that you could buy into that if they wanted to, and they won't get that with a landing page per se.
It all depends
Unless
on
I
what you
build
put on
it
the
that
thank
way,
you page.
right?
Yeah, it is. I will tell you the
thank you
number one
page.
the number one mistake people make on the thank you for signing up page is they just say, check your email for the download. Well, you have a captive audience. Put next steps on there. You want them to go to a group to sign up. If you think they like, if you're ready for a one-on-one call, like put the text in there so they can go book a one-on-one call.
Thank you page needs to have more. Gotcha. Thank you page. And I've been copying them down, saving them. The ones that I say, oh, they put a lot of stuff on that one. I just need to go do it. Okay. Thank you. You answered my question. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. And I did notice you also had a question on forms. I gave you the help article for forms. Did you have something specific, or you want to go read that and come back?
Oh, I'm definitely going to be reading the forms, but not right now. And on the tags, forms and tags, because those are two things I need to learn. There's about 5 other things I need to learn, but I've taken enough of your all's time today, but thank you.
We don't have any more questions. And we still technically have another hour available. So we're more than willing to take more questions if you want to ask them.
Okay. Well, I learned how to do Meet Your Host, and I used Meet Your Host with the sponsors page that's built in Obvio. So I was able to do that because I had speakers on my summit 2 weeks ago. And then I wanted to introduce myself so I could tell them, hey, go to the intensive that I'm going to have, blah, blah, blah. And your stuff's going to be on YouTube. And now I know not to put stuff on YouTube except for a little while. Okay, not a problem. I think because I haven't used all the terms that are in there, I think I need to review things where Jeff has asked a bunch of questions, because I want to do more of what he does. I want to make the dashboard even better, because everything that I did for my summit and then what I did for the intensive, it just made me start really loving our dashboard a lot. I mean, a lot, especially that I could enable and disable. I loved that. I could make them get any PDF or any file or any link or all of those things. It was like, oh my God, why do I need a landing page? Why do I need it? And that's where, okay, landing page sometimes, dashboard sometimes. I just feel our dashboard is amazing. Grant, y'all did a great job with the dashboard, and you're improving it all the time. So thank you for that. Oh, but there are a lot of things in the dashboard I don't like that I want y'all to fix. For example, when you sign up and you have all your branding stuff, you still can't do that little sign thing. It stays blue. And it's like, why does it stay blue? I want to be able to change this color to what the color I want. So there's a lot of little things like that. Then it's like SHIT, 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 because it wouldn't do what I wanted it to. Here I was doing all this branding, and then this blue link was there. It's like, chingao, no me gusta esto, mugrero, porque tienen esto. And I got really pissy. But everything else was so great. And
was that on this page you're saying?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but no, it's not a button. It's a little line. And No, it's not that exact one. But anyway, it might have been, no, it was when it's just this little line at the bottom. It might have been to sign in or something. I don't remember the second, but yeah, I didn't
Okay.
like it. And I wish that dashboard thing, that first line, I wish you would give us multiple lines for that because it's like one is blah, 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 blah. It's like, come on, come on. Give me, give me where I can adjust my hero thing, but you don't let me adjust the hero thing, but it's like, oh, whatever. And
Right.
then
Yeah. It's
the
just the
top
text
thing at
there.
the
Yeah.
very top, I would like um where the Obvio thing is, I would like to
Mm.
make that like some information up there possibly or whatever, because anyway, I just want to make it more usable and make it prettier because it's like this big thing up there. But I get around a lot of it by having my background to have a lot of the wording that I want it the way I want it instead of the only line that I have there. And so I've gotten around it by uploading my background. But then I have to keep on doing it to see, okay, where does that little sign up go? Oh, got to do it again. Oh, where does the count go? Oh, I got to go do it again. So I've had to like make it adjust to me when it's like, dude, if you only gave me two lines instead of just that one line, then it would make more sense. Because it's like, hello, da da da, da da da, and it's like this one long line, and you don't know where it's going to come back. So, anyway, there's just stuff like that that
That's
the
fair enough.
dashboard
Yeah.
seems to be real
I
rigid.
think I think we could make that a bit more customizable. I will just caution you with doing things in the background that different screen sizes
Yeah,
are gonna cut that
I
off. And on
yes,
a mobile
mobile versus
device,
the other
yeah,
one. Yes, I
yeah,
totally agree with you, and it doesn't
yeah,
look the same at all. When I go to,
no,
I check both. I've wasted a lot of time because this is not customizable enough. But if you would focus on one like the classic and make it more, and start with that one first, and I'll help you do it the way I want you to do it, and
you
then you
see,
can do the other ones or not do them.
Justin just changed the header, so you can make the header much smaller. Um,
Yeah, I've done that.
so yeah, but you can use that logo for more text because the logo will always resize, right? But the background, so the idea is you put a background that's more texture, and then the logo could have other text in it, because that
Yeah,
will always be seen. Um,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's one way. But I agree with you. I think we could do more with being able to customize this text.
Yeah, because it seems like y'all made it one time. You said, that's good enough. And you went on to the next thing. It's like, no, come back to this one and make this a little bit
Wasn't
nicer because
wasn't
this is,
quite wasn't quite as flippant as that, but it was some intentional as far as it just being like a welcome to the dashboard.
hey,
But now
it's all
we're
good.
6 years down the track. There are people using it in different ways, and I think we could make it a little more flexible. So yeah.
Well, especially because Avio is getting so fancy wancy. OB2. OB2 is
Okay,
getting
yeah.
so fancy wancy that,
Yes.
okay, there's little things like our login. Jimbo's things still with Kajabi has been gone for already 6 or 8 months. And it's like, okay, come on, take that off because it's bugging the crap out of me that it still goes nowhere. Just little things like, and that's just me because of who I am.
Fair
Don't
enough.
worry about it. I'm your quality control girl.
Yeah, that's good. No, that's good.
And that's not a bad
And
thing. I'm the canary that you're going to notice what's going on with me. And
you
that's not a bad thing.
I've noticed like in the last few months, Kat, that you've just like gone to a whole nother level, with you've like switched into top gear and you're like doing a whole bunch of stuff, which is really impressive. And so congratulations on that. Like you really are
Well, I
zooming along.
appreciate it. I'm trying my best, Grant, and I really appreciate that you listen and you don't give up on me even when I say I've done enough. Go to someone else. And you go, no, come on back. We're going to take care of you. And that's a very rare. Many companies don't do something like that. So I just want to tell you, thank you very much. It helps me to keep on going. I appreciate it. So I'm going to shut up now.
Well, we've got some mutual admiration going on. It's very good. All right. Anyone else?
I just
James
wanted to
came back
follow
on.
up.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
wanted to
Yeah,
follow
yeah.
up with that question real quick.
Yeah.
So I don't want it to be a learning management, but so let's say my webinar series. It's like
Hmm.
six, but participants, let's say staff, and then directors or managers or like a lead. It's the
Hmm.
same webinar series that everybody gets, but then I want either additional video or I want to go to another Zoom meeting with, like if I have that extra level. So I just tag that and they see what they see on there.
Hmm.
It's not going to throw too much out. And then that other, only those people at that level can see the next Zoom button for that particular thing.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes. So if you if you think about what you are displaying intentionally for someone and then what you are disabling for someone, right?
Right.
Like that's what you want to think about. So in this example, I've got this grant test here, and I think it is enabled, but it's also tags include test. Um, and yeah, this is also just showing that you can um, sort of compound them as well. And so you can have tags include test or tags include testing, right? So either test or testing, which can be helpful if you've got three levels of
Oh, yeah.
people and you want to have group A and group B also see that button, but not C, for example, right? So but I just show you this as well, which can be really helpful. So in the preview, this preview is just a generic, that's a generic preview with no tags applied, right? So that's what most people are seeing at the moment. But you can go here and oh, it did have VIP in. You can go here and you can um, add a tag. Sorry, save there. And now you can see that grant test appears, right? And so now the best testing approach is always to like go to the attendee and open their magic link and you're going to see for sure then, right? Like you can really see exactly what they see just to be doubly sure. But while you're building it out, you can this can be very helpful. So if you think about it in terms of all aspects of, so if it's buttons, great. If it's resources, so each of the dashboards, well, most of the dashboards have these sections where you've got um, a place where resources go. So if I wanted to add, I can add a resource, so which will be another link here, but I could also add here is like adding a whole nother section. And so in this example, we could say, I want to add another resource section. So see how this is already a resource section, helpful links.
Right.
This is now a totally separate one, which is VIP resources, right? So now I can add a bunch of PDFs and things, whatever I want to do. There, resource. And in this whole section, I can put a visibility rule on that. And so now I can say tags include. And so if I'm saying that that includes test, it could be that that's the way you want it to appear. Like, oh, I've got the helpful links and I've got the VIP resources because I've got test tag, the tag
Yeah.
test. But it could also be that for those VIPs, you really don't want them to have this. And so now it's does not include test, right? So now when I look at it, I don't see helpful links anymore,
I gotcha.
because I've removed it, right? So now you just think of what do I want them to see and what do I not want them to see. Um, and
So they're not, so if you're on that top level, you're not loaded up with, I hate to say, the the riffraff stuff, right? You're getting
that's right.
VIP stuff and only that, not, and if I want to
Correct.
include that, I could still do that too. I like that too.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, you might find that most of the content is the same across, and then you've got special VIP content or
Yeah.
whatever you're calling it. Um, but it is really good when you can sort of create these sections that are specifically for VIPs. And so it could be that there's a welcome message as a blog post. Same again, the blog post is there, but then we set visibility rules on it.
Yeah.
And so now you might have a welcome, but you want to make it customized really to the VIPs. So now you hide the normal one and then you show a totally separate one. So dashboards can get quite in the edit
Yeah, I don't want
mode,
to go
they can get
crazy.
pretty
Right.
complicated. Yeah. Um, and so you just got to keep your head in place, screwed on as you're testing. Um, so I think that's enough. I think we've said this before, Justin, about um, making it really clear. I know that that's technically showing blue that it's active, um, but it would be nice if it actually said, tags VIP or something, like really, really obvious next to there that it was, or even when it did that, it showed what it is actually showing, something like that. Um, but yeah, that it's really powerful that because once you set that up once, and this example here I think is really handy because I did what just wanted to show you that on a specific PDF you can also do rules, right? So you could have just one resource section and then you've got a couple that are VIP
What
only.
shows and yeah.
Yeah. But I really like I really like doing the whole section. And then even if you're doubling up, it's super obvious to me that it's like these are for the plebs and this is for the VIP.
No riffraff.
That's right.
Well,
Um,
and this also answers that replay question in some respects. So if you paid more, then the replay is going to show up. And to Justin's point, yeah, they may share it, but I find that, with my crowd, they don't realize that I mean, I've gone for 25 years trying to figure out how to keep people from stealing my stuff. And sometimes I'd just rather them please steal my stuff. I want you to do
yeah.
this, you know.
You want to
So
share it around and get my
yeah, it's
name out
like,
there more,
yeah,
please.
there's way less problem. I'm not going to lose as much money as I am. But yeah, that helps tremendously. So
Yeah.
thank you guys.
Yeah, there is just something about different video hosting platforms. I think, this is a perfect example. I've embedded a playlist here from YouTube, but this is the real killer, right? Because they click on that and it opens YouTube, and now it's really easy for people to share that because now you're in
Sure.
YouTube, right?
Right.
It used to be you could turn that off, but YouTube hasn't yeah, stopped that. And so it really is quite easy to be off in YouTube land. And I think so there's two things that are not great about that. One is obviously it's really easy to share. The other thing is you just lost their attention because they've just gone
Everything
off.
else. Right.
They're now seeing everything else that is more interesting than your content, or our content.
That doesn't take much. Cats.
No,
So
that's right. Yeah, it's a cat video. Um, and so I tend to use I still think that Vimeo is a good option. Um, you do pay a little bit for it,
for this stuff
but it
out.
means you can actually lock it down, and you can say that the embedding is only allowed on the Obvio domain name. And now only if they can get to the dashboard and they can see it is where they can view that video. So I think of that in two ways. You can customize the player, the colors of the player. You can keep it a bit cleaner. It just looks nicer than the YouTube player. Um, and I think it just looks that little bit more professional because now it's like, oh, this is your brand colors are pink, and the player has all these pink buttons and things on it now because
Right.
it's Vimeo. Wistia, there's a few other ones that do it as well that are a bit more. So if you have lots of content, lots of videos like that, I think moving off of YouTube is a good way to go.
Well, and that would help. And then, Justin, do you find that it's a link, so it's not going to bog down um, the landing page here? I mean, or the
It
dashboard. I'm sorry, there's my word.
it will if Grant were to post every one of those Q&A calls individually. It
Right.
would absolutely take a while to load as it's trying to bring in the code, show you the thumbnail and everything on them. So there's just a practical limit in the web stuff in general. Well, not necessarily not an Obvio limit at all. Well, but if you're just doing one or two or three recordings, you're barely going to even notice the blip. But if you're doing 10 or 20 recordings, you may notice it starts to load slower and you get to 30 or 40
Hmm.
recordings. It's definitely going to be enough where people will start saying something.
But is that so? Could you do a thumbnail and a link to Vimeo? Would
Oh,
that keep
totally.
it
Yeah.
less, or would that keep it from being bogged down, or is it
Yeah. If it's just it's just
like
an image
instead of
that
the
they click
Vimeo
on and it
link
takes them
being
out of the,
there?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You would just be at that point taking them over to a Vimeo page.
yeah,
And so it wouldn't be loading the video, just have to load the images.
yeah. What I like it being on, so but they can see Vimeo right there on the dashboard. There's a piece of keeping that too. So,
Yep.
all right, that helps a lot. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Yeah.
And I'm not going to use my bus Spanish like Kat did. She was saying all those bad Spanish words that you learn on the
That's right.
bus. But so
No, dude, I learned them at home. I learned how to speak Spanish at home. My maiden name is Ayala. I'm one of those white Mexicans. So I'm asking you guys the questions in the. Can you answer the ones I asked there?
Yes. So links for replay are a good idea on the dashboard. Links for replay. I think really what Justin was referring to there is if you had 20 videos, for example, on the dashboard, it would slow down the loading of the dashboard quite a lot and also make it very hard to navigate. And so by doing images, it would still be a little bit slow and still arguably would be quite a long dashboard. It would load a bit faster than videos. But and so if you had a lot of videos, then having a link off to something would be separate. A link, yeah, you can have a link or a button. You could have a series of buttons. It depends on what you're trying to do. Like if you're wanting to have lots of videos, is that what you're
Okay,
thinking?
but
Or
what slows down the dashboard? Are you saying the
video
actual link
videos?
is slowing it
No,
down or the actual
the
video is slowing it down?
the embed of the video. Um,
Oh, but I'm not talking
so
about that. I'm talking just a
okay,
link that takes them
it's
somewhere.
fine. Link's fine.
So links are okay. Embedding, but we would embed like
Blocks,
a welcome video, is what you're talking about?
totally
A
fine.
welcome
Yeah,
video
yeah,
is okay, but
yeah.
not the other. No, I'm not talking about
Just
the rest of the replays. No.
yeah, I'm talking about if you had 20 videos listed there or something, then that would be yeah. So that's the only thing with that.
Okay, listed in a link or listed like they're actually on there?
They're embedded. They're actually the video player is there. Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. Y'all take care. Thank you for all the attention. Nancy and Jane, I need to talk to both of y'all.
Mm, look out.
She's calling you
You're
into the
in
principal's
trouble.
office.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you're
they
being
were in
held
my
back after class.
event. They were in my event. They're wonderful ladies, and they both made a big deal. And so I'm following up with them. That's all.
Very good. Well done. So you're not in trouble, Nancy and Jane. It's okay.
Grant, I hate to
Yes.
ask a stupid question like this, but would you take me to my Obvio page and walk me through it, please? Show me what I have on there. I forget how. I know how to get to it. I know how to get to it. You want me to share screen?
Okay, sure.
'Cause I haven't looked at it in probably a year. Probably.
It's it's
All
been a
right,
while
so
since I've been down a
uh,
rabbit hole with you, Jane. So I'm looking forward to this.
you're looking forward to this?
Well, yeah, it's been a while since I've been down a rabbit hole with you because sometimes
Oh
we end up
yeah, you told me
trying to
to
do
get a
Facebook support.
you told me to hire somebody and to stop bugging you. So I stopped. You go, Jane, I think you need to maybe wait, I may be in OB. I don't need to be in OB, right? I need to go to
No, yeah,
events.
okay. Yeah, you're in
Go to
events.
events.
You're in events now. Yeah.
Now what do I do?
Which event do you want? What do
I
you've
want
got
to see
events
my
there?
3 day. I want to see my dashboard.
Yep.
Where is it? Right here?
That's free. Just solve it. Free webinar.
Yeah, maybe I'll let you take the screen and show me.
Okay. Well, if you click on that
Okay.
and then go to design on the left,
I probably need to write this down.
click that. That's it. There you are.
What?
You're on the dash.
This?
That's the dashboard editor now.
Okay. Okay, so from where'd I go from? Oh, event to design.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Then what do I need to look at? What else have I got on here?
So
Um,
if you just hit preview, toggle that preview at the top there. See that in the top
yeah.
right? Just click that. That's going to show you what
Oh, everything on
this is
here?
what this is what people see.
Okay. All right. I know I have some articles on here. Where would they be?
You have got articles on here, or you want to?
Yeah, I do have them on here.
Okay, it might be the
Think,
other event then.
oh, this all I got on this one?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, let's see. Maybe
So yeah,
this
that
one.
other one. Yeah.
But then I go
And
to design.
design. Yeah.
Oh, this has more. This may be
Okay.
the
Yeah.
one you built. Uh,
You could do that. You could do the
uh,
preview again if you like.
oh, preview, sorry.
You
Thank you.
can. That's okay.
All right. Then what do I do? Agenda. How to identify, blah, blah, blah. Uh, all right. Now, where would I find my articles I put on here?
It's a it's a very good question. Um.
Wait, features? No. I know we put them
Yeah.
on here.
Well, it would be if it's anywhere, it would be right there, unless you
In
put it in
features?
speakers or sponsors.
Did
So
you
you could look
say
at
maybe
maybe
in
speakers or
features?
sponsors.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Features, speaker. Probably, I'm not having any speakers, but,
Let's go down.
oh, that would be me.
That's you.
And then where would be, I hate that picture. Could we change that?
Yep. Everything's possible.
Uh, I don't know if
Um,
I have any pictures on this saved on this Windows. So if I went back to sponsors, no, I don't have any sponsors, do
yeah.
I?
No, okay. So then it would just be in the design and dashboard again. It doesn't look like you've
Um,
uploaded any articles as yet.
I uploaded some. I gave y'all some, but where would they be? Um, I have 3 on there at least, ready to go, but I don't know where they went. Uh,
Okay.
let's see. I don't know. This isn't my PAG. This is just a little short training.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
do you want to take over the control and see
I'm
if you
just
can
yeah,
find something?
I'm just having a look now. I'm just seeing if there's
Okay, you in the back end?
you can stop. Yeah, you can stop sharing if you like.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you. It's been so long since I've been in there. I forgot what's in there. Oh, Lord. Oh,
Um, I'm just checking your other couple of events, but I don't see.
oh man. I thought I was ready to go. Oh, guess I have to do it on Zoom.
Well, in this particular case, I probably would recommend that to keep to keep it
Grant.
to keep it simple for you.
Oh, or get
Um,
Kat to do it. I get Kat to do it. She knows so much. But I wonder where my articles went. Where would they be? Surely
how
they're
long
not in.
ago? How long ago was
Oh,
this?
whenever we started this is when I put them on there. How
What,
long has it been?
three
I've
years
been in
ago?
here two and yeah. Mhm. So if I went this way,
Hang on, there's an old okay, no, this hasn't got anything.
it looks good. You did a nice job on it. Whoever did it, you were blue.
Oh, hang on.
Both. But if I were to put my articles on there, where would I put them? Under features or
Well,
speaker?
are they would they be PDFs or
Yeah, they're PDFs.
um
Can't believe they're. I can't believe they're not on there because they wouldn't be under scripts, would they?
no.
No,
Um
where they are. They may not be on there. I guess I'll have to put them on.
oh, hang on. Yeah, so look, yeah. This might be them.
Oh, good. Because I promise you, I can send them to you.
Passion
Put on
Picker,
there,
Science in
sir.
Action. Is that right?
Sir,
Passion Picker,
where'd you? Yeah. Where's that?
Fostering Individual School Resilience.
Yeah, that's one. I should have two or
Looks
three
like
on there.
looks like you got 6 on here. Just solve
Oh,
it.
good. Where
That's all
are
right, just
they?
solve it.
Where
They were
are
on that
they?
page. They were on that page. You just had to go down further.
Oh,
So I'll put
all
it in
right.
preview mode. Oh,
Oh,
I
okay.
see. They're being disabled, it looks like.
Why? Who disabled my Obvio
You did.
dashboard?
Uh,
Not
You
me.
clicked
I
one too
haven't
many.
touched it
You
in a
clicked one too
year. I
many
haven't
buttons.
touched. I know. That's what I do when I'm in the car or wherever. I just start punching buttons and hope I
in
hit
the
the right
car.
one. Isn't that awful?
You
Terrible.
shouldn't you shouldn't
My
drive
husband
and edit your
hates.
dashboard at the same time.
I
Jane.
don't. I'm pushing buttons on my car. I push buttons on anything. It's very dangerous. But I just start. Mm.
You may
So
have
many.
But
you may have pressed disable resources in the car, and that's what
I don't
happened.
do anything in the car. My husband won't even let me talk on the phone. I've had so many fender benders. But that's when I was on a certain medication for my
You,
migraines.
you may have
Literally,
to
I have brain fog.
you may have
I
to give
had
up
brain.
your license soon, Jane.
No! I'm going to drive till I'm 120.
So
Well,
Grant,
that's
we're
closer
both
I'm going
to you
learning.
than it is for me.
I think we
Huh?
both just learned if we end up in Charleston with Jane, don't let her drive.
Get
Right.
out of the road.
Yeah,
No, I don't.
exactly.
I don't usually rent a car. But yeah, I've had about probably 20 fender benders in those 3 years. I was taking Topamax or something. I don't know what it was, but it gave me brain
You
fog.
know, I know you've heard this a lot, Jane, and it's I want I want you to hear from my heart
This
because
is on video. Be careful what you
I,
say,
I know. I
Grant.
want you to
Be
hear
careful what
from
you
my heart because I don't mind showing you bits and pieces, but you have more days behind you than you have ahead of you, and
joke.
you you have a wealth of knowledge that needs
Not
to be
about
shared.
this. Yeah.
Exactly. And you don't have time. You don't have time
I
to
know. I'm
learn
going to be
stuff.
dead in probably 5 years.
Well, hopefully not.
Probably.
But the point is, if you start thinking like that, at least, then you'll think there's no reason for me to be learning dashboards and how to do this
No,
stuff.
there's no reason at all.
And and so I know you've tried VAs and stuff in the past, but VAs take managing in a way that is an over is a load in itself. And
Yeah, that's
I
true.
I really do think that an in-person assistant for you is really what you need that could
Yeah.
just run with this stuff. Because
Yeah.
I think the world needs to hear what you have to say.
Well, thank you.
I do. And
I
I
appreciate it.
I really think that um you'll be more efficient, you'll be less frustrated,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
you'll make more of an impact quicker, and you'll make more money as well to leave.
That's true.
So
Well, it
so
depends on who I go with, because one person said, Jane, why don't you let me run your tech for you for 45,000 a year and you just teach? And I'm
mhm.
like, what? You kidding me? That was a little
Well,
bit steep.
well, it might be or it might not be. I mean, it depends on how much you're doing. Um,
Well, I don't have
if
that
you
much going.
if you if but this it's all relative, isn't it? If you were bringing in
Yeah,
$500,000, then
which I
45 grand
could.
for
And
tech would be a good deal.
yeah, I could do that in August. I could get that many in August because I have a really good break coming. I'm going to be doing 9 trainings with the State Department, every gifted teacher in the state on my program.
So
So,
you need an assistant by your side through all of that.
yes, I do. And the other thing is that there are grants, $30,000 grants that I know how to write because I've evaluated them and I've written them. And these people who say, I don't have any money to pay you, I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, well, I
you
have
get
a grant written,
yeah,
$30,000. Let's put your name and school on the top. And the State Department has endorsed my program for the whole state.
yeah.
So I need to get myself ready to do exactly what you're saying.
You totally do. You
Yep.
need a team. You
Because
need a team
I
to be
have a
doing it
huge
for you.
break coming if I'm ready, but if I'm not, I'm going to mess it up. So,
Well,
yeah,
don't
I do need
don't
a
be worried
team.
about resources on your dashboard. You got to
Okay.
look up. You got to look up to the horizon. You're looking down at your feet at the moment, and you're just seeing the things that are right in front of you. But that next biggest thing for you is to build your team, and that's gonna be the thing that that launches the whole thing way, way, way quicker.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I also have some teachers who were my students who are getting ready to retire, and they're like, could I work with you? Could I work with you? And I'm like,
Oh, Jane, just do it.
yeah, I need
Because
to.
do you know the other thing, Jane, is that you could have someone like that, a teacher that gets it, understands everything
Yeah,
that you're about,
they were my students.
but also they could manage VAs, right?
Oh,
And that's
yeah.
how you could build out the team. Because listen, you can pay a VA $6 an hour, $7 an hour, whatever, to do the dashboard building for you and build out your CRM stuff and to do all those tasks. And then, but you don't need to drive them. You could have, this assistant, a teacher, student,
Right.
former student, someone who gets it, and they could just
Yeah,
run a
somebody.
whole bunch of stuff for you. Sign
Yeah.
them up,
And the
make it happen.
two the two State Department ladies are going to retire in 3 years, and they're like, could we take over your legacy and run it? in 3 years, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be out of it or not. I mean, but yeah, come on. So yeah, I've got a big opportunity. I just need to do it.
That's the only thing you got to think about right now is how you build your team out.
Yeah, I don't know how. Where'd I learn how? One at a time,
I mean,
probably.
have you got, so you're saying those people are not available for 3 years?
Oh no, I have other teachers who are retirement age, and they're like, please, I don't want to teach anymore. I don't want to do this. Please let me work for you. So I'm like, yeah, I got a couple just standing in the wings, like just say the word and they'll retire.
Say the
400
word.
teachers. Yeah.
Say the
Well, I don't
word,
know how,
Jane.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to get a
That's
team. I don't know
okay.
how to.
That's
Huh?
okay. As in you do it together with them, right?
Yeah.
Like when you have a bigger goal in mind, and that is building the legacy. So your longer term goal is how this hands off and the next generation takes it on. And the short term goal is how while you're still active and able to do the teaching, you do as
Yeah.
much as you possibly can. So
Yeah.
you maximize what your strength is. And your strength is teaching. Your weakness is technology.
Yeah.
And you're spending a lot of time on your weakness. And so
Yes,
it's
and I go all the way back. I've been looking all the way back to like 2021. I had this thing figured out in 2021, and then here I sit.
yeah,
But
but
I have,
all we have now is today, right?
that's right.
So
Well, I've been doing
so
it. I've been doing it with 26 schools,
yeah.
but there are tons more schools I could manage,
So
teach.
Jane, which one is it? Which one is it? Is it you haven't done anything since 21 or actually you've done
Oh,
26 schools?
yeah, I have 26 schools for 5 years.
So so
So
there's
I've been improving. I've been
there you
testing
go.
it on them.
There's
Now I'm ready to
self-talk there.
go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Words
Ready.
have power, Jane. And what you just said was you put yourself down and said that you haven't done enough since 21. But
Well,
the real story is you're working with 26 schools. Yeah?
by myself for
Yeah.
5 years.
So what could you do with a team?
I could add, I have 400 teachers who are going to see me in August, and they represent probably 600 schools in the state. And every one of them can apply for a $30,000 grant if they want
Yeah.
to
So
learn this.
you've got no time to waste
No.
with just having the team in place so that when you do that event in August, you're ready to run.
Yep. Because
So my
filled,
your first
I've
phone
already,
call is to these people that want to come work for you.
yeah, I've already completed the grant, the generic part that is my stuff. So all they've got to do is fill out their name, their address, their phone number, their principal, their whatever.
Great.
Just need to do it.
And
So
Jane, for you, I would on the kind of tech side, I would
Mm,
recommend finding someone that truly wants to essentially be a partner. Like not a business partner, but truly wants to grow. Most VAs, there's some that are really good, but a lot of them are button pushers. You have to
yeah.
tell them the things to do. They don't have the expertise necessarily to go and just say, here's all the copy
No.
for a sales page. Go build me a nice sales page and make it all. Like, you have to guide them a lot more. You need someone that you can just give the stuff to and they know what to do in there. It's
Yeah.
going to cost you a little bit more money for those, but
mm,
hire them on a contract basis. Like that
Yeah.
45,000, I would quote that if I was working the majority of my time and with you, or even part-time, and I was doing all of your tech, all of your funnels, all your workflows. Like you didn't have to touch it.
Videos, edit my
Yeah.
videos.
I mean,
I just go
there's a
teach.
lot of stuff that potentially goes into that price point. But from a contract standpoint, you could bring someone in just to do a specific project. I need you to build me out this sales page for this event, and I need reminder workflows, confirmation workflows, marketing workflows. Like that is far less money than run all of my tech for the next year and quote me out what that would be.
Yeah.
You could
that
probably,
was a little bit scary. 45,000.
yeah, it can be depending on what all they're doing in the scope of work, and
Well,
that's the
this
big thing
person
too.
is so busy. This
It's 1.5
person's so
grand.
busy already. I just don't think that person could add that much to his workload. You know,
And that is very
but
true. And it's scoping whoever you hire, make sure you get a scope of work. What is in scope, what they're going to do, and even more important, what's out of scope, so that you have a clear definition of what their expectations are and where their expectation stops. Like when I'm doing event tech, I put in there, I'm not doing a CRM migration from one platform to the other. I'm not writing deep copy and doing all your copy before.
I love writing copy.
Yeah, I put that out of scope because I can't write copy for Dr. Jane in the way you can write it.
No one can.
Yeah.
Nobody can get in my brain and know what I know.
Exactly. But
go.
I make it clear that that's for all my clients.
And
that's out of scope and what's in scope.
I love writing copy. But I can't make it pretty in Canva. I can, but it takes me hours.
Jane, I'm going to bug you.
Someone else do that.
I'm going to bug you, Jane.
I'm gonna hire
it's going to happen.
I'm gonna hire Cat.
You don't have to hire me. I'm going to bug you. I want to be your friend and bug the crap out of you.
I do.
Maybe with you and Grant and
I do think, Jane, that it's a business manager that you need more so than a personal assistant. Because you want someone to drive the tasks for themselves. You don't need to drive their tasks. And so I agree totally with what Justin was saying. I just think that that's what the business manager needs to do. They can worry about all the scopes of the scope, and they can worry about, who they get to do the what and whatever. And all that you do, Jane, is write copy and teach. That's all you have to worry about. So
I have fine-tuned all of this with those 26 schools. I know it works. Well, I knew it worked before that, but the last 5 years haven't been totally a wash,
Exactly. Yeah. So, and if you were 20 years younger, this might be a different conversation.
Right.
But you just
exactly.
You haven't got time to mess around.
No, I don't.
And so when you think about a business manager, you think about someone, it's kind of like they are the CEO of what you're doing.
Right.
And they're driving a whole bunch of it, and they just tell you where to be and what you've got to do at the time.
Exactly.
So that you can be you don't need to be worrying about colors in Canva or any of that stuff.
No, and Claude is trying. I have an agent in Claude.
Of course,
he's trying to help me too, which is another disaster.
Yeah. You probably shouldn't have a car license. You definitely shouldn't have Claude.
I know my husband's like, we need to get you a driver. We need to get you a chauffeur if you're going to keep doing this.
There you go. Exactly.
Driving Miss Jane.
Yeah, driving Miss Daisy.
Coming to a theater soon.
Y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate it, Grant.
We believe in you, Jane.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I need to get going for sure. I'm getting going this summer. I really am.
All right. Well, Kat's going to be on your tail.
Yeah, I know it. That's good. That's a good thing. Thank y'all. It's time for you to go.
She actually asked me to. Nancy's ready, though. You asked me to help you, Jane, so I'm going to follow through.
Oh, good. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate all the help I can get. Right. Thank y'all.
All right. Bye-bye. Hey, Nancy.
It's always a pleasure.
Jane, it was real interesting listening to your conversation because it gave me some insight about how to delegate out. And I will be doing that a lot. My question is, didn't put it on the Avio platform, but I am attending
All right.
OCM, and I
Hmm.
just am a little confused on what Blue is proposing and how that fits in with Avio.
As in with Obi?
Yeah, and all the new stuff he's doing.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of curious. I mean, if he's doing course development for us to be able to give AI or whatever tools to our people that we're going to be working with,
Yeah.
how does that all connect up to the platform of Avio?
Want me to
It,
take this one,
it
Grant?
I don't mind. Yeah, it doesn't, right? Like it is separate. And so the name is not helpful in the process because it sounds like
Right.
there's Obvio and then there's Obi. And so at a point, Obi version 1, you actually got to it
Mhm.
through Obvio, which confused it even more, right? Whereas now version 2 is completely separate and Leap is running their own version of this as like a hub, a learning hub. And so
Mhm.
that's how you're going through it and you're working through all of the processes of finding the right fit client and working through your PAG and all of that is all done in Obi. What what the wider picture is being able to say what Leap has done with Obi, you could also do for your clients in your niche, in your area, in your content area, you could build out a course, a little process that helps people through with the assistance of AI. And as you saw it with the Leap process, once you answered a few questions, it was then
Right.
able to then answer some more questions for you based on the information that
Right.
you already provided it and the context that you've provided. And um, so by going along, and now I I'm just in Obvio, right? And so I picked
Mhm.
this stuff up because of working around Sage and understanding what's going on. But it'll be a big part of being there on site is playing around with a hub of your own, an Obi learning hub of your own and building that out and playing with that idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I'm listening to Kat talk about school and other,
Hmm.
platforms, learning management platforms, and I'm thinking this is kind of a learning management platform for with Obi, but AI. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if it's something that they come into Avio, as the event rolls on, and then they click a link, and then they're doing things with
Yeah,
Obi. Um, I don't know. I'm
there's a
just kind of not clear where it's going because I'm rethinking how I'm presenting everything and scaling down. Am I offering too much? Is this going to solve a lot of the problems where I thought I had to be everything, kind of like Jane? But now I'm thinking, how much can I offload the work um,
yeah.
to
I
programs like this?
I think what there's a couple of things in this. Now, firstly, what I want to say is that when you step back and think about what you want the experience to be for the people that sign
Right.
up, then that's a good perspective to have rather than looking at a series of tools and thinking, what can I build? Right? So it's like looking at a
Right.
hammer and nails and going, oh, I wonder what I could do with this. Versus, I want to build a chair.
Hmm.
What are the best tools, the right tools to build the chair? And
Right.
so when you step back, and I know it gets confusing because people are throwing tools at you. It's like, look at this brand new saw. Look at this. This one does a whole bunch for you. This will cut the chair up for you. Whatever. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
that does look great and shiny. But by taking a step back all the time and just going, okay, what is it that I know that my right fit client needs? Like, what is the outcome that they really need?
Hmm.
So that I can provide that for them. What's going to be the thing that is an unreasonable level of value for them is going to be like,
Right.
oh, this is the thing that I need to offer them. So that I just say that as context, right? With Obi, there's the possibility of doing like a little lead magnet, like a little free thing that you give out, and it can kind of step them through. So it's kind of like a course, but on steroids, like it's a course, but it's backed with AI. It's much more interactive, and it's using a whole bunch of your knowledge, and it could just be a really simple little step through that it does, that you
Mhm.
take someone through, maybe an assessment type idea, right? Where you're asking a bunch of
Right.
questions and it leads them to go, oh, yeah, yeah, that is me and that is what I need. And then it could be, Obi could also be as part of your high ticket offer, where it's a tool that people use to go through it. Where that then ties into Obvio is really Obvio is just separate in how you're doing
Right.
your event
Hmm.
delivery of doing the actual event
Yeah.
and doing some Zoom. Maybe you're doing some Zoom meetings, maybe you're doing a coaching calls or whatever, and you could do that through Obvio as well, right? But it's not they're not necessarily connected in any way. It just might be part of the offer that you do.
Okay. Well, like Kat mentioned earlier, you want the experience to be seamless, that they're not going here, there, and everywhere. I mean, I'm working on another program with another group there and just getting into their circle. They call it a circle. I can't get in because my password doesn't work. And I've been trying for
Right.
the last hour and a half trying to get that password to work. And
Ouch.
so I really am thinking seamless and easy. But yeah, I wanted maybe OB is just going to be that tool I can use to make life simpler for people to tell their twin story. And
Yep.
I've come to the conclusion, much like Jane, I don't want to do all the work.
Yeah.
So how can I provide it with all the new technology? And I know
Yep.
it's time to go.
Certainly
So
helps.
I just I'm
Yeah.
entering the OCM event with large curiosity.
Well, it's great. I would encourage you to ask all those questions right up front at the start of OCM, so that because it's those sorts of things that then it's like we'll make sure we cover that over they will make sure they cover it over that time. So
Yeah,
it's great that you're getting
and
some in-person time.
yeah, that'll be my first time down there, so we'll have to see. And I'll take
Awesome.
Jane's idea about driving. I'll have to be careful.
Exactly. Yep. Don't
Thank
press
you.
any buttons. No
Okay.
worries. Awesome. All right. It's been a fun one. Thank you, gang.
Thank
We
you.
Thank
We'll
will,
see
you.
you next Wednesday.
yeah, we'll do it all
Okay.
again next week. All right.
Okay.
Bye,
All right.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.